everyone, it is the Captain. Welcome back to the channel. A big thank you, of course, to each and every one of you that like and subscribe to these videos, and you share them around the world with all of your buddies, all of your pals, and all of your mates. Today we travel to Kentucky, where deputies are dealing with a silly Billy stupid face who is failing to identify. He was found parked in a church car park in the early hours of the morning, and this future Darwin Award winner thinks his YouTube degree in bleach drinking means more than whatever the deputies have ever trained in, because every sovereign citizen is smarter than the law enforcement officers. Didn't you guys know that? Yeah, righto. They know the law about the same way that bloody Dave Beckham knows advanced astrophysics. Like, yeah, because, like, the sun, right, is the most powerful planet on the Earth, you see? Right? Fair enough. All right, let's have a look.
Here as the deputy sheriff with the authority of the sheriff to investigate this, and our job is to drive around, make sure things are secure and the law's not being broken. Okay? I'm just trying to identify you. I've already told you multiple times, as long as I identify you and you're good, then I'm fine. I'm not trying to charge you. I'm not trying to cause any problems. I'm just trying to do my job. So I don't understand why you can't just verify if that's your name or not.
All right, what's your partner's name?
It doesn't matter. He doesn't have to provide you your name.
People need to provide their name, okay?
No,
People need to
you may think so, but that's not the law.
Well, then, people,
It's not our policy, bud, but hey, I'm Deputy Kane with the McCracken County Sheriff's Office. It's not our policy that we have to identify you.
This is the Kane?
But Deputy Kane.
Kane, okay.
Kane, C-A-I-N. All right, but listen to me for a second, all right, man?
What's your first name, Kane?
All right, well, it's Jay, but here's the thing.
What's so hard about giving
But
first names?
hey, here's the thing, dude. Just can you stop talking for a second and let me talk?
Kane and Weldon.
Okay, so here's the deal. I don't know if you're from Kentucky, all right?
Well, you see my plates.
That doesn't mean
I haven't seen your plates. I just rolled up here. So, but like I said, I don't know if you're from Kentucky or not. I don't know where you're from.
You know, I'll tell you, I was...
He's talking.
Dude, I'm talking, bro. Dude, hey, I'm talking, bro. I asked you if you could stop talking so I could talk, and you said you would, and then you keep interrupting me.
Well, no, I'd like to...
Well, just wait and listen to what he has to say.
Just listen to me for a second, bud, all right? So
you can post this on
in the
your
state of
YouTube
Kentucky,
channel.
in the state of Kentucky, churches are private property, right?
Private property for churches.
Churches are private property, just like any other business. Okay. So, and if you're parked on a church parking lot, it's considered trespassing if you don't have permission to be here.
All right. Did you guys get called?
It doesn't matter if the deputies were called, drove past, or 3 fucking wise men on camels guided them to you. The fact is, they are there now and they are investigating, right? You need to identify. It's pretty fucking simple. Not as simple as the way your parents describe you to their friends, but still pretty fucking simple. Like if you were any more simple, you would be a finger painting on some poor bastard's fridge.
Do what?
Did you guys get called, Jay?
No, we do what's called premise checks. We drive around, make sure, because there's a lot of drug activity back here. Okay?
Is there? Huh.
Yeah, there is. So, we do a lot of premise checks around this area, okay? We see a vehicle that's never been out here before that we haven't seen. So we get out to identify, and what people don't understand is that people think we have to have probable cause to interact with people. We don't. We have what's called reasonable suspicion.
Fine. You can stop and talk at 1 a.m.
So,
what the heck, you know, daytime.
Do you have your ID with you though, dude?
I'll exchange IDs with you.
Do what?
I'll exchange IDs with you, Jay.
That's not how this works, bud.
Weldon. Don't. He can give your first.
Man, can you just give us your
ID?
ID?
What you're doing is called...
Obviously, you're just recording us. You're trying to provoke us so you can put on YouTube and get some cool views by people that comment on you.
Fucking bang! Spot on, deputy. It is good to see law enforcement officers picking up on these toilet overflows and they're giving them what's for. Oh, I'll exchange IDs with you. This isn't Pokemon, Dickachu, right? You have to give them your details. That's how it works. The same way you're used to giving your uncle a place to land his penis copter. Do you think the deputies are just going to throw their hands in the air and say, well, you're right, mate. Pack it up, boys. No, they're not. They are going to be on you like the smell of tuna at a strip club, all right? Honestly, you are so fucked in the head, I swear Nigerian princes send you money. I bet if you were kidnapped, your dad would offer the kidnappers more fucking money to keep your dumb ass.
Okay? Just give me your identification so we can move on. Like, why are you trying to provoke us so you can put us on YouTube?
You're making up feelings enforcement about this, and it's more of a
No, I've asked
No,
you
it's just
numerous times. I've asked you over and over and over just to identify yourself.
This hasn't gone to the
I'm not trying to treat you unfairly. I'm just trying to do my job. I don't want to charge you.
This is no longer.
I have no hard feelings against you. I just want to ID you so we can move on. You're just.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to sit here and argue with you.
What's your first name?
What you're doing, buddy, is called disorderly conduct in the state of Kentucky, okay?
All right, go ahead and bring that before a jury, because I'll fight that.
All right.
But, yeah, I mean, I will say that I was at the Walmart parking lot.
ID yourself.
And I was,
ID yourself.
gee, welcome, you know my last name, you heard it. And all we need to do
Okay, is that your first name?
Yeah, let's hear your first name. 'Cause I'd rather
I'm asking what your first name is.
Yeah, let's
Can you give me your date of birth or social or something to identify you?
Let me hear that from you.
No, that's not how that works.
Okay, what are you...
That's not how the law's written. That's not how this works. If you want to be in this state,
just have him step out.
get out of the vehicle.
Yeah, okay, let's get out.
Fuck me. He reminds me of those special needs people that pat animals just a little bit too hard. Like I know it's fun, mate, but come on, you're hurting him. Calm it down a little bit. Right? This is why, if you're going to have a test tube baby, don't mix it in your crack pipe first. Otherwise, you're going to end up with fucking dick weasels like this. He's kind of like Rapunzel, but instead of letting his hair down, he lets everyone down. Fucking hell, just give him your ID, let them do their checks so you can get back to putting butterflies down your pants to tickle your tiny plums. This fucking noof, he is so retarded he once won a breakdance competition just by walking to the bathroom.
See, I got a lot of blankets here.
That's fine. Just don't grab anything. What are you getting out of there? Don't be reaching in pockets or bags.
Yeah, just watch I move slowly and stuff. I just want to make sure that my car key. See.
Okay, just explain to me what you're doing, son. Alright, you get out. Come on. It ain't that hard to do a couple more.
20 minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The registration sticker on this vehicle showing 2021. What's the registration status?
Adam Queen Young, 5545, expiration 7724.
Yeah, it is. Could already be on our way and on a separate way, but I don't know why you can't identify yourself when you're breaking the law.
You want to talk about the law loosely. You don't want to fully understand it.
It's called trespassing, dude. We already told you. It's criminal trespassing.
Yeah, I mean,
He obviously just doesn't listen.
I swear his mum's eggs were expired at the time of his conception. This Mr. Wiener is committing criminal trespass, and he just wants to carry on like a bloody Instagram influencer once they discover the most basic of things, like, hey gang, hey, did you know that this water bottle could be used to hold water? That is so random, right? Hashtag water, hashtag blessed, hashtag fuck off. This deputy should be all up in this knuckle fucker's face like Kat Dennings' titties when she does a handstand.
Just filming us and everything. And then he asked me, so what's your name? I said, W.K. He said, what's your first name? I said, Joe. You know? We're trying to explain to him that he's trespassing. And he's like, well, I mean, Joe the car. I said, no. I said, we do extra patrols around here because this is a high drug area. I said, people come back in here and do drugs. And we see a vehicle that we're not familiar with back here, you know? And I said, dude, you're on the verge of disorderly because you're refusing to identify yourself.
where do you want me to step away?
Just come back to where you felt.
Where's your... Is your vehicle registration up to date?
Yeah, it should be.
Because the sticker's 2021 if you want to put your camera on it.
This bloke's a real jizz tissue, isn't he? Getting his camera out so he can get his clicks and comments from like-minded goat fuckers. I do love this cop though. Hey, your tag's from 2021 if you want to get that on your camera. I was thinking earlier today that there must be a blowjob specialist out there that can suck and lick so hard they can remove a chromosome from these losers, because that is the only way I can fathom these people existing. There has to be a blowjob specialist out there that can do it so well that they remove a chromosome from your body. That is it. End of list. That is the only way you guys and girls exist. I really, really hope that your wife brings a date to your funeral.
Yeah, I know. I don't need to put my camera on. I've been paying every year.
So you can't put it on YouTube.
I gotta put it on.
I'm just saying. The sticker shows 2021. That's why I was asking.
I pay on the computer. And
oh, good lord.
Where you going?
Okay.
Yeah, the weather feels okay so far, I guess. Yeah, I pay.
Have
Washington.
you gotten an ID yet?
No, he said his
Yeah,
last name was.
And we got a
the one
third person. All right.
Yeah, it's a sergeant.
What's your name?
Sergeant Burrow.
Burrow. Okay.
So
Yeah,
here's
we got
here's
my
the
last
issue.
name.
You're on private property.
And there was no calls, right? This is part of a
They
patrol.
they request us to patrol their property to make
Okay.
sure that people aren't loitering. You're
Okay.
in possession of a motor vehicle in the state of Kentucky. That
Yep.
means you are required to provide identification
Yeah, no
and proof
problem.
of insurance for the vehicle. So we've
Insurance.
got to do two things. I got to make sure you got a valid driver's license and
What's-
insurance,
What's the
and then you can get out of here.
what's the criminal or what's the? Am I pulled over for something?
Okay.
Just a driving infraction?
You are loitering on
Okay.
private property,
Well,
which
I mean,
is
what's
a
our-
trespassing issue. So, in order for us to allow you to leave, I have to confirm you have a valid license,
Okay,
so
so
you
pe-
can drive your car,
people
and valid insurance. I'm not going to argue with you. You
Well, I
can
don't-
produce
no.
that information,
Oh, at the
or
courthouse?
you can go to jail for trespassing.
Well,
it is really simple.
It's a courthouse issue. You got to take me before a judge.
What in the actual fuck are you on about? Oh, was I pulled over for a traffic violation? No, you're criminally trespassing on property, right? And you happen to have your car there, so you have to identify so they can trespass you and can make sure you can legally drive, you fuck. Fuck me. Poor cops, dead set, they are like blind bathroom attendants, always having to search for assholes, right? You can fucking see that he still has a fucking dead raccoon super glued to his face. I don't know how that's possible. Like Bigfoot if he had a brain contusion and became a fucking spastic, right? Going back to Kat Dennings, by the way, a little bit earlier that we had that conversation, her tits are so big, I couldn't even motorboat her. Nah, couldn't. I had to do the old-fashioned aircraft carrier on her. It took me all weekend to reach the summit of those titties.
And
That's
discuss.
absolutely. I can arrest you, and you will
Okay.
go before a judge.
Yeah,
It's really simple. All you have to do is produce identification
Yeah, I told my
and proof of
name.
insurance, and we'll
Well,
get you out of here.
You did not tell your name. You said your last name was. You confirmed it was the one I gave, but you will not give me your
Yeah.
first name. You will not give me your birthday. You will not give me your.
So
What's
I'm giving you an opportunity
Yeah, fine.
to produce your driver's license
We got
and
Bashir.
valid proof of insurance,
Yeah, okay.
so that I can get you out of here.
What's the driving infraction? I mean,
I'm giving you the opportunity to produce
Okay.
your driver's
Well,
license.
what's your name again? You said Burrow.
Sergeant Burrow, if
All
you
right,
listened
and
the first
we
time.
heard my last name's Hines.
Okay.
So,
You are in possession of a motor vehicle,
okay,
which requires you to have a valid driver's license.
okay. Yeah, but also, you can identify. There's more than one way to identify.
I'm not going to go around and
This
round
is-
with
this
you. You can
is-
either produce it or you can go to jail.
Well, this isn't a matter of whether I give you a plastic ID or not. I could tell my name, right?
I've asked that.
Yeah, but he's asked for it.
I've asked for full names for everybody here.
We don't have to give you our names.
Yeah, but I even gave you my full name, and you still ain't being cooperative, bro. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Because
So,
he's the original. He's going to be the arrestee.
So either you identify yourself or you go to jail right now. You choose.
He's going to be the arrester.
Okay. We can identify you by your fingerprints at the jail, or we can identify you based upon your identification that you produced for us.
So which way do you think Rooster Cockburn is gonna choose? Granny Porn Gary here just wants to be more difficult than Caitlyn Jenner putting on a condom. He wants to be harder than a cock on prom night. Isn't it fucking odd? Have a look at him. It's odd that he looks like both Mythbusters morphed into one giant cunt. Like that's just remarkable, isn't it? Love to bust some myths in his face, that's for fucking sure. But we won't need to worry about that. I think the cops have us covered because they are about to play our favourite game, Fuck Around and Find Out.
It's real simple.
How far away is the jail from here? It sounds like I'm gonna have a long. Am I gonna have a long
I mean,
walk?
you're going to jail if we take you there.
You have a long walk. No, I am glad to give you a ride to jail.
Back from jail? I mean, what's?
No, that's on you.
How far
We're giving
away
you the opportunity to produce your identification,
How far
and if
away
you
is-
choose not to do that, then you can go to
produce
jail.
that, and you can't produce insurance, and we're going to tow the vehicle.
I could tell my name. I just wanted to hear your first name. I mean, you guys are.
If you can tell me your name, then go ahead and tell it, please.
What's your first name?
I guess you can't. Well, look, you didn't do it. Wow, you keep lying to me. Hell, let's try again.
It's a simple question.
What's your first name?
It's a simple
Oh, you're not telling me again? Why do you keep telling me you'll tell me? You're not telling me.
It's simple to produce your driver's license, and you're refusing to do so.
Well, that's not the minimum is telling your name. That's
No,
just
not
going
in the state of
on.
Kentucky.
No.
Not when you're in possession of a vehicle sitting in the driver's seat. This is your last opportunity. I'm not going to go around with you. Last opportunity. I'm requesting you, based upon the Kentucky law, that you produce your driver's license right now, or you're going to go to jail.
It's not just a driver's license.
Right. Here, go back.
Stop resisting.
Okay, go ahead.
Are there any weapons on you?
No, it shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
you twat waffle. At least now you're going to be out of the cold and put in a nice warm penis sandwich, right? I bet he pays for sex with KFC coupons. He looks like that sort of fucker. This sergeant, by the way, when he came to the scene, had no fucks to give. He even went to the fuck market over the weekend, but was told that the fucks were not in season, so he could buy some processed fucks at Walmart, but no one wants processed fucks. They want organic fucks. And, well, unfortunately, you're just going to have to wait for the fucks to come into season so you can go and get some fresh fucks to give people.
Man, that sounds like it's so hard. Probably. Yeah, I don't know why you guys can't give me your names. I mean, what law
We gave you our names.
We're telling you what the law is, bud, and you're refusing to identify yourself.
Well, here's
Okay.
my name over the
Criminal
video.
trespass, third, disorderly conduct. So,
Okay,
and now we're going to tow your vehicle.
Okay.
So, all right.
Yeah, I expect you guys to have a good judge that supports this. Back tire, okay.
It's right there, Chris.
Driving for excellence.
Yep.
Where's it being towed? Where's my car being towed?
Whoever the on-call tow truck is.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It's January, bud. I just came back to work today.
How far away is the jail? So I'm gonna have to walk to the tow company, I guess.
Anything that's going to poker stick us, dude.
Who can tell me where I'm walking to, where I walk to from the jail? Who can tell me where I gotta go?
I guess the jail staff can when they release you.
You know what the bail is or the bond?
I do not. 28 Brickford, Washington, 23.
Man, my mouth is very dry too. This is gonna be a long process.
William David Lincoln, 7 Zebra, Sam, Frank, 0, Sam Boy.
You guys are going above and beyond.
It would have went a completely different way, man, if you just would have listened to us.
You guys don't listen to me.
No, you're not listening to us, bud.
Tell me who you guys
You're
are.
not listening to us. I was cooperative as hell with
I want to be
you.
able to hear your names. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, and you still wouldn't even talk to me, bud.
I guess if it was just
That's a
me,
one-sided conversation,
I
it
guess
sounds like, don't it?
I guess if it's just you and me,
I guess
mean,
it's
we
just a
would've had
one-sided conversation, dude. I know
I
what you're
guess-
doing, man.
I want to know
I
who
see
you
it
guys
on
are.
TikTok and YouTube all the time. I know what you're doing, dude.
Criminal trespass, obstruction, and it looks like he's going to get his car towed. I fucking love it. It is so good to see law enforcement officers arrest more and more of these fucking freak show rejects. It really is. Oh, who can tell me where I need to walk to after I get out of jail? Why don't you just call one of your other Sovcitz buddies to come and help you? Oh, wait a minute. Nah, you can't do that. Because they're probably in jail too. Maybe you could all become jail pen pals with one another and talk about how you beat the system. Hey, by the way, you look like meat curtains on a French prostitute. Has anyone ever said that to you before? Because I have a feeling I'm not the first person to point that out. I reckon people should paint you. They should paint your portrait, right? That way you can become a masterpiece in some nursing home for you.
You see,
I see this stuff all the
dirty
time.
cops on TikTok.
Oh,
and
so you think I'm a dirty cop now?
No, I'm talking
Oh, okay.
to you. I'm saying, as I was saying before, if it was
No, it's
just
just
me and
people
you,
don't understand the laws and they think they do, and it's
If it was
just...
just me and you, we would have exchanged first and last name.
And there's no sense even talking to him. He's not intelligent enough to get
No, we gotta talk to the prosecutor now.
You have the right to remain silent. I recommend that you exercise that right.
Yes,
I'm tired of hearing you talk.
Yeah, I'm really thirsty.
You have the right to remain silent, and I recommend that you do. That is fucking brutal. Oh, I love it. So the cops escort this tennis ball chaser back to the jail, and you'd think that reality would have kicked in a little bit, but like a snail with a typewriter, he's still just not catching up with what's going on. You can't shove a fish up your ass and call yourself a mermaid, mate, the same way that you can't claim that you know the law.
Get unlocked. I'm gonna talk to him for just a second. Hang on, let me come outside. I don't want to have to yell across the car at you. So, when you go back to get your vehicle,
Burl's talking to me.
when you go back to get your vehicle,
Where is it gonna be?
it's on the parking lot.
Will I go back to the parking lot because I don't know where I'm at?
You'll go back to the parking lot.
I got a
So-
5-mile
Okay.
walk.
Do you want to shut up and listen, or do you want to keep talking?
I'm
trying to explain to you where your vehicle's at and what you need to do to get it when you get out of here, and you want to keep yapping.
I want to try to internalize this as well. I'm tired and I'm very thirsty and I'm slow.
It sounds like a you problem.
I'm
I'm
me
trying
problem,
to explain
absolutely,
this to you.
absolutely.
So if you'll stop running your gums,
Okay, I'll internalize
I'll tell you
it.
what's going on.
My vehicle's at the church.
Your vehicle's
Burl.
at the church. When you go to get your vehicle off of the church parking lot with the busted window and the plate that you can't see because of the stuff in the way and the stuff piled up so high in the car that you can't see out the window, when you get stopped, because you're going to get stopped,
Okay.
whether it's by us or the city or the state, because it's not safe to drive that way. If you refuse to provide your driver's license and insurance again, you're going to be right back here with more charges.
I fucking love how the cops are not letting him dictate this interaction. It is fucking textbook awesome, right? You're in their world now, shithead, right? Answer me this. Did your mum use the soft spot on your head as an ashtray when you were a baby? Because I don't see you becoming this stupid on your own. Like this was a team effort to get you to this level of dumb. I can't wait to see you slip into something a little bit more comfortable for all of us. Like the shower.
So I'm telling you this so that you can avoid
You see my driver's
that
license
again, so that if you get stopped again because you're driving around Paducah, because you're not in Washington anymore, this is
No,
Kentucky,
There have been a few states. Between
you
them.
will go to jail if you refuse to provide those two items. I want to make sure that we're on the same page so you don't inadvertently get yourself back in the same situation.
So there's a bare minimum for identification, and
Correct.
you
In the
guys are
state of
pushing it.
Kentucky, it is driving a vehicle on a roadway, you're required to provide that driver's license and proof of insurance and proof of registration upon request by any peace officer in the state, point blank, period.
All right, Burl,
If you are trespassing on private property, that is a criminal offense, which allows us to investigate that and identify you. I tried to explain all this to you when we were out there, but you were too busy arguing and getting stuff on video to listen.
Yeah, we need to read this. I think you guys.
You are more than welcome to read it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I mean, obviously, you got a citation number, or
he will have an arrest citation when he takes you inside.
You can quote. Can you quote whatever the statutes from the state law statutes, or I have to read that.
You are more than welcome to read it. The statute number for the trespassing will be on there. The statute number for the driver's license, insurance, and registration you can find on your own research.
Burl, are you towing my vehicle?
No.
Okay. So
the church will probably tow it in the morning, but I'm not towing it.
We're gonna assume that, and, but they made no complaint about me being on the property.
They have made repeated complaints about other people being on the property, which is why we patrol that property.
So the copper spelled it out pretty clear for him. You're in deeper shit than Neil Patrick Harris on vacation at Elton John's house, mate. Right? You can bet that the deputies will be at that church first thing in the morning to help them have that chariot of fuckwits towed away. He looks like the sketch of every public penis flasher in existence, doesn't he? Like you've seen him on the news before in some grainy CCTV footage of a Wendy's parking lot, beating his meat like Rocky in a fucking cool room.
Okay.
And when you were asked repeatedly to leave and refused to do so, that's why we're where we are.
I wasn't asked repeatedly to leave. It's about ID. And you guys, Burl, you won't our Burl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, our Burl. You won't even give me your first name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems a little hypocritical.
You never asked me for my first name.
No, I asked everybody for your first name. I know Brendan because his phone is ready. Mm-hmm. So Brendan's S23 Ultra phone is ready. Okay.
Do you have any questions of me?
Well, I mean, just as long as are you recording? Just as long as I get all your guys' your videos.
You can file a Freedom of Information Act request and get that.
Who's the judge, Burl? Who's the judge I'll be seeing?
Don't know.
Okay, is it a city judge? Is it district judge?
District judge.
Okay, you probably don't know the prosecutor either, I'm sure.
I don't know which one will handle it.
Okay, I mean, you probably don't know the bail. You know the bail amount.
They will be able to tell you inside.
It's all a jail thing. It's
yes.
not.
That's not through us.
Do you guys give rides back to my car? I'm like 5 miles away, right?
Well, that's a you problem. We tried to solve this without bringing you down here.
You created the you
Absolutely
problem.
not.
I have some you problems that I create myself, but you guys have created this one.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
How far? Which way do I go to get to my car?
Southland Baptist Temple.
Okay. Is it a straightaway? How many turns do I have to take? I mean,
Southland Baptist Temple.
What are the directions to get there?
Not my problem.
That is a you problem, says the copper. He really is just shooting and hoping for the best, hey? Like an FBI agent at Ruby Ridge or something, right? The deputy is right. It is not his problem. Once you make bail, you're on your own. Like when you went to school that time and you came home and your family had moved house and didn't leave a forwarding address, it's kind of like that. Here's a little bit of advice for you. If you meet assholes every day of your life, at some point you need to learn you're the problem.
Directions aren't your problem?
No.
You asked me if I had any questions. And all right.
And I've answered them. And that question is not something that I can explain to you.
Okay.
Just sitting here. How to get there. Again, we tried to resolve this without you having to figure that out when you get released from jail.
Will you be writing a report yourself, Burl?
No.
Oh, well, can you write a report for this as a part of your witness testimony? You won't write any witness testimony about this?
No, I have given him some information that he can use in his citation, but I have no need to create a separate citation for you.
No, not citation. There's difference between citations and reports.
Yeah. And in an incident like this, we're doing an arrest citation, and that's it.
An arrest citation? It's an arrest citation. But who will provide a witness testimony?
When we go to court, you're more than welcome to have your attorney subpoena me.
Subpoena you? So you don't want to write one that when it's fresh in your head? You want to wait?
Why do I need to? It's all on camera.
Okay, all right, but I mean,
Do you have any other relevant questions?
that is relevant because there's a difference between writing. You know, there's even though you have a camera, you still write a report.
Okay. That's not a question. That's a statement. Do you have any other relevant questions?
I'm just trying to establish the base for my next question. Okay. I mean, you know that cameras don't cover everything, right? I mean, reports cover a little bit more than a camera does, right?
Do you have any other relevant questions?
You don't think that's relevant? You don't think on the stand when they ask you, did you write a report yourself? Did you write a testimony?
I will truthfully answer them. I typed him an email, and that is the only written statement that I provided.
When you go to the stand, wouldn't it be helpful to have something to refresh your memory when this is a few months down the road?
Yeah, the video.
You just watch the video.
Again, any other relevant questions?
That is relevant. That has to do
for tonight.
That has to do with.
I'm not worried about down the road. You can deal with your attorney for that.
This is tonight's very much has a lot to do with what's going on down the road. I mean, this is all linear fashion, and I mean it's all relevant. But I asked, I have issues. I have issues with the cuffs. I feel they're too tight.
Is there an insurance card in here?
Insurance card? Yeah. Well, why don't you look inside? Don't you ask for permit? Don't you do a search incident to arrest or something?
Okay. What's your name?
That was perfectly handled by the deputies, like a naked Swedish supermodel carrying an ostrich egg inside a box of fine china. It couldn't have been handled with more grace. I love it. I love everything about it. And it goes without saying that this fucking idiot is trying to mount a defense the same way that a dog mounts a stuffed bear, just full of energy and false hope. But at least while he was in the jail, he did get a fresh serving of pubic pie and some penis juice, so that's nice. It's always good to have something warm in your tummy on a cold winter's night like that, so that was lovely. On that note, it does bring us to the end of another great video. I hope you've had a bit of fun. I hope you've had a bit of a laugh. I hope you've got naked, taken your shirt off, and ran out into the streets to tell everybody in earshot how great this video is, how awesome you feel as a person, and then you can run through the streets, you can have it blasting across your phone, yelling at everyone that you see how bloody awesome, one, it is to be naked, and two, to be naked and enjoying this video. So, who knows, you might get some money. But I've got to get going. I've got to catch up with Terry. He got himself in a bit of trouble earlier today. He rings me and he goes, oh, buddy, in jail. And I'm like, what are you in jail for? And he goes, I don't know. I went down to this bloody swimming pool for a bit of a swim and I took a bit of a wee in the pool and I got in trouble for it. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound right. Everyone wees in a swimming pool, especially a public swimming pool. Tell me the story, Terry. What happened? He goes, well, there I was. I was up there on the 10-meter diving board. Fucking hell, Terry. All right, here it.